Oh my God, y'all, we got babies. Look at this. Look, it's breaking open. Oh my God, it's a little chicken baby. I'm tripping, y'all. I can't believe this. Cannot believe it. Come on, little baby. I feel like that dude on Jurassic Park is just like, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so awesome, y'all. It's super early on Saturday morning. And this is what I woke up to. So right now we've got 4 babies that have hatched out. And this has just happened recently because they're all still wet. Oh my gosh. Hey, baby. Oh my gosh. I think this guy right here was probably the first one because he looks drier than the rest of them. I'm not messing with them. I'm checking the humidity. The humidity's good. Oh, poor guy. Hey. It looks like right back here, this guy back here is coming out. Well, we got camera hogs here. We got another one. Will you get out of the way, you little sweetness? See him back there? He's right back there. Is he okay? He's busting out of his shell. This morning, let's see, when I first got up at 4:30, we had 4. This makes 6. And right now, what time is it, Crystal?
It is 8:06.
It's 8 o'clock. The poor little guys, they're so funny because they'll be really active and jumping around and then they just fall over and sleep. So this whole process of being born, it's exhausting. I kind of expected this little guy to be next, right here. He keeps poking his beak through. Oh, look. Oh! Oh my gosh. Now y'all are being camera hogs. Let's see this guy. Come on. Let's see this guy. Looky there. He's like, he's gotta move and he's gonna sleep. And he's gotta move and he's gonna sleep. Did you just step on his head?
Yes.
Like, what's up with that? Don't step on his head. I think she sat on his head. I don't know if she's a she. No, she's not on his head. He's over there on the other side. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Aren't you a handsome little guy? You're just a handsome little guy. Yeah. I actually think this was the first one born because he's the driest. So he was born sometime in the middle of the night last night. But yeah, we got babies, y'all. We got babies. Hey everyone. So it has now been about 24 hours since the first egg hatched. And we got a lot of babies. I'm pretty excited. So let me show you what it looks like. It's actually starting to look a little bit crowded in there. There is one right here that has just hatched out. This one right here, well, there's a chick standing right there now. Let me see if I can get him to move. This egg right here is in the process of hatching out. You can kind of see it's been like pecking all the way around. It's about halfway around on that end. We had 14 eggs in here to begin with. And we only have, let's see, there's one, two, and let's see, three. This one right here that's in the process of hatching out. And this one right back over here. So we have 4 that haven't hatched. That means we have 10 chicks in there. According to that poor one in the egg, I'm gonna keep that right there to see if we can see that one hatch out. I haven't actually caught one on video, like completely hatching out. I would like to do that. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. According to the directions of this incubator, they can stay in here up to 48 hours. And you just have to keep the temperature up, and you have to keep the humidity up, which I'm doing right there. I did move them. They were sitting on the shelf where all of my plant starts are at. But I moved them over here just to make it easier to see them and access them. I'm hoping, my plan is to keep them in this tonight, because right now here in Kentucky it is very cold outside, and tonight it's supposed to, we had snow last night, and tonight it's supposed to get down to 15 degrees. I don't think we're supposed to get any more snow, but it is supposed to get cold. And then tomorrow it's supposed to warm right back up again. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, and then up from there. So we bought one of Randy's friends, his father builds brooders, and we bought a brooder from him because we had wanted to build a wooden one that kind of stands up. And the price that he builds these for, I honestly don't think we could have bought the wood to do it for what he builds them for. So plus he puts like the electrical stuff in, all of that. So my plan is to put them out in that brooder tomorrow, and then we're supposed to be getting our meat birds on, let's see, I think they're supposed to hatch out at the hatchery on Monday. Oh, look at this little guy. Hey, that's a new one. They're supposed to hatch out at Meyer Hatchery on Monday, and hopefully we'll receive them by Wednesday, maybe before that. But yeah, I would really like to see this little guy come out. So every time I come in here and get around this, though, they get really excited and jumping all over the place. And I don't know if that's a good idea. So I kind of try to leave them alone and let them do their thing. But yeah, they're so cute. And I think most of them are probably chicks from our barred rocks. They look like, anyway. I'm not 100% sure, but they look like it. They look like when we got our barred rock chicks. They look like those. So pretty exciting here on Two Old Crows Homestead. All right, see you later. guy. Look at you. Look at you. Oh my God.
Oh, you love it. How many do we have now?
Hey everybody, it's Sunday morning and the chicks are now, let me think, some of them are over 24 hours old. So we noticed when I came home from work on Friday that they were starting to peck through the shell. None of them had hatched out. So that was like Friday evening, and we kept watching them until we went to bed. I think I went to bed like around 11 o'clock. And then Saturday morning when I woke up, we had 4 that were hatched out. 3 black ones and then the yellow one. And then over the course of yesterday, and I've shown you some of those videos, or we got some footage of them hatching out. We had, let me think, we put 14 eggs in there all together. We have 3 that have not hatched. It's just amazing to me because I totally didn't expect that many. You know, this was, again, one of those things that we've never done before, a homestead experiment, and it's working. But, so that means we have 11. So we had 4 hatch out. So 7 of them hatched out yesterday. And, it's a little bit crowded in there. I don't expect the other 3 eggs to hatch because there's not even any like poking or pecking or holes or anything on the shell. So my plan is to, we've got my granddaughter's 4th birthday party today, and I don't really want to leave them in there all day. And I don't think that that's good. I know that you can leave them in there for up to 24 hours. I mean, I'm sorry, 48 hours, like 2 days, and they'll be fine. They have a lot of nutrition from their eggs and stuff, but I just feel like they need to come out. I don't like them being in there. Just an easy fix or an easy brooder for your chicks. A place to keep them, even if you just purchase them from the store or whatever, is a tote. This is kind of a large tote. I think it's one of the bigger ones. It's pretty tall. And we actually have a chicken wire lid that we fashioned that kind of fits over that and wraps around the top for when they get a little bit bigger. And this is what we've used. This is what we used when we hatched out, or not hatched out, but when we brought home our first set of chicks over a year ago when we first started raising chickens. And we used it for our guineas. We've used it for some other chicks. Jessica, our daughter, has used it for her chicks when they got theirs. And this is a very inexpensive, easy way to do this. I purchased 2 of these plates, brooding plates, I think is what they're called. I'm not sure. This is the first one that I got, and it's actually, let me see. It's this, the Rural 365 heating plate. And it will, you can put 30 to 35 chicks under that. And then I realized that I ordered more than 30 to 35 chicks. So I had to go and order another one, and they didn't have this same size. This is a 16 by 16. And they didn't have this same size, or this same one available on Amazon. So I got another one the same size, but it's from a company called Rent-A-Coop, and I've seen them, I've seen a lot of their stuff on Amazon for sale, and they have a website and all of that. So we have 2 of these to put in the big brooder outside. I I've read a lot of reviews about these and seen a lot of homesteaders use these, and Randy is still kind of heat lamp pro or whatever, and we actually almost had a house fire with a heat lamp with our very first chicks that we brought home, and we woke up in the middle of the night to the fire alarm, or the fire alarm going off, and the thing had fallen down and actually landed on a chair, on a cushion next to this setup, and it didn't hurt any of our chicks, but it burnt up the cushion, and thank God we woke up and heard it or whatever, but it's just always kind of scared me, and that's really why I wanted to move toward using these. So, but this is too big for this tote. For the couple days that they're going to be in the house, we are going to use a heat lamp, and I will secure it onto the side of this, and they'll be all right.
This for the tote.
I think I'm going to secure it to the tote. So let us get this stuff out of here and get that set up with the bedding and everything inside and all of that, and then we'll get the chicks in there, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, so food and water for the chicks. I put about a quarter cup of apple cider vinegar in their water. That will help them, with digestion and all of that kind of stuff. And then chicks also need grit. They sell stuff at Tractor Supply and places like that that's called chick grit, and it's actually really small that they can eat. However, I can't find it anywhere. Every time I go looking for chick grit, it's just nowhere to be found. So I actually found this small bag. This is different from what we give our laying hens, and where our laying hens are at, there's all kinds of rocks and everything all over the ground, and they will eat it when they need it. But I have a big bag of poultry grit, like what this is called, out in our garage that we had from our other property, and I still throw that out. I mean, I'm going to use it. So, but they have plenty of that where they are at. However, I purchased this because I couldn't find any chick grit, and if you look, it's kind of really small. However, some of the pieces are still kind of big. So what I do is I just take a strainer and I put it into the strainer, shake it out, and then what happens is the really small pieces will fall down into there, and then I'm going to put it in their feed. So I have even been known to take a hammer to this stuff before and crush it up. That's kind of hard to do. You kind of ruin whatever surface you're hammering it out on. And when I found this bag of this stuff that looked really small, I was very pleased. But I just have one of these old strainers with little bitty holes, and I'm sifting it through, and then I'm going to drop it in the little holes in the feeder, so they'll start to get that and pick through that. And it's about the same size as the chick starter anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. The reason that chickens need grit is it actually digests their food for them. It gets into what is called their gizzard. If any of y'all have had fried gizzards, they're really good. But the rocks get into their gizzard, and then as the food comes through, it grinds it up. It's like a big muscle, grinds it up and lets them digest it. So I'm going to put a little bit on top and kind of mix it in. And I'll add more as this goes down. All right. I am collecting stuff to plant outside, and I have my whole bench under this table full of potatoes, seed potatoes, and onions. And then we got that snow and freeze this weekend, and so everything is in my dining room, and it's just a hot mess. Anyway, I'm putting the chickens down here because right behind this tote, there's a vent down here. So it will keep this whole area warm, plus this heat lamp, and I can already feel this is very warm in here. I think it will be adequate for them. So we're gonna get these guys out, and I'm kind of worried how that's gonna happen because like once we take the lid off, they'll be able to walk off the little platform. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'll take them out. I'll stick them down here, kind of put their beaks in the water so they know where their water is at, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. So one thing that's funny, anytime you come around here, they run over to where you're at. I just want to say, I'm your mama. No, I'm just playing. All right, let's reach in here and get one of these guys. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that little guy. Look at that little guy. Isn't he a cutie pie? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. All right, so let's put you down in here. This is where the water is. See the water? See the water? There you go. There you go. Oh, look at your little sweetness. Look at them babies, Cooper. Look at them babies. Now get your head out of there. This is why we're going to put the cage over it, because sometimes you don't behave well, do you? No, sometimes you do not. Get back. All right, let's see if we can get Blondie here. Come on. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope, this one's diving for the... Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, 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 oh. And here's this little sweetie. Oh. Aren't you cute? Come on. Let's see where the water's at. I want to show you where the water's at. Right there. Yeah, let me help you.
Oh, you're so sad. No, no, no. But you gotta see the water. Right there, sweetie. Right there. Okay. Oh my God, you're so cute.
Now, according to the directions of the incubator, you can take them out of the incubator once they're fluffy and dry. Because when they first hatch, they look pitiful. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. I'm going to put you under the heat. I know you're shivering. Aren't they pretty, Cooper? Aren't they pretty? Are you going to be their daddy? Are you going to be their daddy? Huh? So we have 11 little chickie babies in there. Oh, and look, they found the food. They're smart little guys. Or gals, whatever. They're like, what is this wonderfulness right here? Oh my gosh. Yeah, oh my gosh. I wanted to show you this. Hold this. So, let me just...
The top of it, or?
No, I'm just gonna unplug this and take this off. So, these were the eggs. Whoa, this thing needs to be cleaned. It is funky. Okay. Yeah, it stinks. Okay, so these eggs right here are the only 3 that didn't hatch out. And there's not even like a crack or a poke, or we actually thought that one was going to crack out, but I think it's just goo from one of the other chicks. But there's not anywhere where anything looked like it was going to crack out or anything. All of these, it's wild. Like you can see the white inside of there.
Want me to zoom in?
And that was kind of like what they were, you know, eating on. It was nourishing them or whatever. It's really kind of cool. So I'm really curious as to what's inside of these, but I'm kind of scared too. I don't want to open up something. I have a feeling it's going to stink really bad. And I may be a little bit traumatized if I see a baby chick in there that's not developed all the way. I don't know. But anyways, we got to get this cleaned up and get that going. Cooper looks like, here, let me see this. Cooper looks like he's going to be guarding the chickie babies, which every time we bring some home, he usually lays next to them and listens to them and acts like a little mother hen himself. So he gets a little tore up about them. We're going to get our wire mesh lid. Where's that at? Can you hold it up? So we made this lid out of chicken wire, and I know it's hard to tell, but there's like sides to it. We cut it and then just kind of fastened it. We even have a little thermometer that will dangle down inside of there so we can monitor the temperature inside and make sure that it's a good 95 degrees, which is what they need. And yeah, so that's going to go on top of that, and to ensure that we don't have any visitors, because our dogs hang out in here too. So yeah. Okay, so right now this is the setup. There's the chicken wire lid over the top. We have the lamp. It's actually sitting directly on the chicken wire right above them. And the thermometer is back there in the back. I'll check that in a little bit and make sure that they're adequately warm. They're all huddling together under the lamp, so that's good. And they're trying to attack the thermometer. So, it has been a very eventful weekend. Randy has not been here this weekend. He is in Indianapolis. Our family lives in it. We're from Indianapolis. Our family lives in Indianapolis. And him and his siblings are remodeling his mother's house. And so Randy actually gets 3-day weekends every other weekend, and we usually use those to do projects on the homestead. However, for the last couple months, one of those weekends a month, he's been going to Indy to help with that project of remodeling. So he wasn't here this weekend to watch our chickie babies hatch out, but the video that you've already seen, I was sending it to him as it was happening and FaceTiming with him, and he is just as excited about this as I am. So this is the thing. I know that like especially homesteaders out there, I know that people do this all the time. I know that this is I keep hearing these eggs make noises behind me, and I'm afraid that those 3 that didn't hatch are getting ready to like do something weird. I hope not, because they're right behind me. But anyway. Okay. I know that a lot of homesteaders out there do this, and it's like no big deal to hatch out chickens. It is a big deal for us. I'm trying to say, we spent a lot of 2021 learning. We bought our farm. We are putting in infrastructure. We have chickens and pigs because we had already raised pigs, and we had chickens from our previous property. So that kind of wasn't that was kind of a given that we were going to do that. This last year we acquired turkeys. Honestly, I don't know that I will ever do that again. Right now, the plan is we have 5. We have 3 toms and 2 hens. We plan on getting rid of harvesting 2 of the toms, putting them in the freezer, and keeping the 2 hens and the tom. And we'll see if because right now is mating season. They are not nice turkeys. They run after you, chase you, peck your feet. They're just not nice. And I hear that is because it's mating season, and they are very happily participating in mating season. So we'll see what comes out of that. But as far as like going and buying turkey chicks, I will probably never do that again, because they are not, I'm trying to weigh the pros and cons. So, I mean, I like to eat turkey. It's not something that we actually eat all the time, mainly because it's expensive at the store. Around Thanksgiving, we'll buy 1 or 2, maybe 3 turkeys, and put them in the freezer and have them throughout the year. But again, it's not ever been one of those things that we ate a lot of. So I don't know that we'll ever, or I don't know that we'll continue with them or ever purchase them again. We'll just have to see. But we are, in this coming up year, we are going to get into raising meat rabbits. A couple weeks ago, we got 2 bucks, and I'll be making a video showing you those. They're silver foxes, they're, dark colored silver foxes. And so we need to get infrastructure for those. I have some ideas about the best way to do that for the lowest cost. So we will see what happens with that. I've got Cooper's here right in front of me, and I'm petting him. That's why I keep looking down. But this is the thing. So back to hatching out chicks. 2022, we're ramping up our meat production. I don't feel like we are in a position to, like, say, get a cow. I know several farmers who are beef farmers here in Kentucky, and we could very easily purchase a couple calves. We could very easily get some heifers and start our own herd. But I don't feel equipped to do that. I don't feel knowledgeable enough to do that. And we do not have a perimeter fence around our property or the infrastructure in place to do that currently. But that is something that's coming. I mean, the infrastructure, not the cows. So right now, we have a woman that we purchase our beef from, who lives the next county over, and their stuff is high quality. It's really good meat. It tastes really good. And so I'm cool with raising our own pork, raising our own chickens, having turkey if that's a thing. We like to eat rabbit, so having rabbit, and then just getting our beef from the woman that I know that sells it. I feel like we are on our way to food independence. This year is going to be a huge experiment with the garden, because we've grown things in the past. We grew some things last year, but this year we've got all those beds out there. We're ramping up our garden production. We really want to be able to grow our own food, meat and vegetables and fruits and all of that. So being able to do this, hatching out 11 out of 14 eggs that were our eggs from our chickens that we didn't have to buy. Granted, we are getting 50 meat birds this week from Meyer Hatcheries. And that's, to grow them up and put them in the freezer. I now know that we don't ever have to do that again. We can if we want to, but if that becomes something that is, that we can't source from the outside, then we know that we can incubate eggs and hatch them out and raise them up and harvest them or turn them into laying hens or whatever we need to do. That's a huge win to me. I'm still kind of in awe. And I don't know, again, like some people that do this all the time, they probably don't think anything about it. But just the simple fact that we had like a hand in this whole process of life, that just blows me away. I mean, just to think that, a friend of mine commented on a Facebook post that I made this weekend that she was sad that they didn't have a mama hen that was taking care of them. And I totally understand that. but none of our hens, even though the hens that we have out in our coop right now are the mamas to these because they're their eggs, none of them are broody. None of them show any interest in hatching out eggs, and maybe they will in the future, and maybe we won't even have to go through this process of incubating eggs. Maybe that's just something that's going to happen down the road. I don't know. But yeah, this is just really cool to me, and it just gives me a lot of satisfaction to know that this is one more step to becoming food independent, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I don't know that as I always say this, I kind of feel like I'm just so not knowledgeable here, but we did it. I mean, knowledge or not, we did it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And I hope y'all have a very blessed weekend. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.